company to make language learning software. And what I didn't realize was that he absolutely hated computers. He was very kind and very gracious towards me, but he turned out to be a serious opponent in trying to convince him that this was a good idea. And then he gave me to one of his advisors who was similarly minded, and only after about 6 months of working at it did they say, okay, this is what we should do. And then we started a division aimed at making language learning software and experiences. As soon as you graduate into the real world, which is all that really matters.
Chinese people have few opportunities to practice their English. That's a big problem.
I think that's key is that we have a different racetrack.
So you've invented this system of a computer system of learning English, compared with the traditional way of teaching English.
Well, it's sort of like asking why a BMW is better than a Ford.
Yes, right.
I think to use the car as an example, BMW has a faster motor, and we've spent much more money and energy and put much more scientific work into building a better motor. And we have a team of 120 people sitting in Shanghai in one of our development centers. All they do every day is really try and speed up how fast people learn. Analyze what students do every day and try and take away their pain. I think that's key is that we have a different racetrack. So we've really built a system that we call Learn, Try, Apply, which helps people use English. We've simply built a system that allows you to drive your car on that track and practice the language as much as you have time for. And in the long run, that means you remember more and you learn faster.
Right. There's a lovely twin metaphors, the motor and the racetracks.
Well, strangely enough, I don't even own a car. I ride a bicycle.
Chinese people have few opportunities to practice their English. That's a big problem. Except for girls. They can always go up to bars and cafes on Hengshanlu.
Yeah, but the quality of the conversation might not be as they desire.
Yeah, exactly.
费比然认为，语言是沟通和发展的前提。由于全民族的全球扩张概念，瑞典的媒体和电视都使用英文，小孩子成长在英文的环境之中，教育系统提供了学英文的最佳条件，这点和中国有很大的不同。
Chinese students are very studious, very eager for opportunities to speak. So when we brought our product to China and showed it to people and talked about it and really got them to use it, they understood that this gives me more speaking time, this gives me more writing time, this gives me more time with the teacher, both online and in our centers. And that's what they want.
And the Chinese are usually very open-minded with new technological inventions, new gadgets. Just look at the frequency of how mobile telephones are changed.
That's right. And you know, one thing that's very typical of the Chinese market is it's a test preparation market. The traditional schools here, they train you to pass an exam. As soon as you graduate into the real world, which is all that really matters, you can't speak English. And so I think the Chinese consumers become aware of this.
The Chinese are very shy people, right? You know, we're not used to saying, oh, well, forgive me for my poor English. You know, we like to pretend that we understand and then afterwards, you know, give you a face of confusion.
Yeah, the issue of face in China, or the concept of face, is the biggest barrier to success for our students. And the system we built is really built around trying to overcome that and making them feel not stupid when they make mistakes. Because the truth is that you have to make mistakes.
Of course.
You have to really get the language from your head out of your mouth.
把英语作为像一种表演一样，能够让你来学习到。
你和老师的那种距离是很近的，就像老朋友一样去跟你聊天。老师很幽默，
所有的人整堂课都在那里哈哈大笑。
这些老师来自不同的国家，
英孚的整个学习气氛很好，
来英孚学习
物有所值。
The EF mission statement is to use language to break down barriers of culture. And that is, I think, a brilliant mission statement. I think when I first met with EF, I saw a company that both had conviction to do something interesting and a mission to really do something big in the world in language learning.
So did your Swedish background contribute to this?
I think Swedish helped me personally in understanding the language learning process. And then, of course, EF is a Swedish-owned company. The family that owns the business is Swedish, so my speaking of Swedish personally has helped me in the sense that I can speak with them in their own native language, and that's very meaningful.
So, what made you work for EF for 16 years? It's such a long time. You are very loyal. Right?
I'm a dinosaur, maybe. No, but I think that it's mainly this mission statement, is that it's always changing. And so the technology of tomorrow allows us to create experiences for our students that are far better than what we could do 10 years ago. In terms of a creative process is really exciting.
对，世界正在变化无常，所以呢，有新的技术发明可以把新的技术跟英语的教学相结合。So how's life in Stockholm? You were closer to Santa Claus than anyone
We
else.
were close to the reindeer, that's right, yeah. Life in Stockholm is really nice, culturally, on the other side of the planet.
It could be a little bit depressing in winter.
It was very dark. You know, it got dark around 3 p.m., and so I would leave the office at 7 or 8 and never see the sun. So that's tough to deal with.
The architecture there is quite unique. It's this sort of European style, but more simplistic. The
minimalistic,
modernistic, the pillars, yes, more modernistic.
They have a great sense of design, and our company is owned by a Swedish family, and they have taken their sense of aesthetic design and brought it to all of our schools. In talking to the